sales, how do you know when you're dealing with an immature salesperson, and why does it matter? I'm Sylvan Bell. I'm coming to you live from Sacramento, California on a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about immature salespeople. And one of the things that you're going to find is immature salespeople get caught up in deals that are never going to happen. And here's what I mean by that. Eventually, you sit down with a buyer, and the buyer says, hey, look, here's the thing. I've got a whole bunch of these products, widgets, or gizmos that I want to buy, and if you give me a really good deal, here's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to give you all those deals, right? And so a smart salesperson knows, hey, time out, wait a minute. If you want to get in a relationship with me, then one of the things that's going to happen is you need to buy from me first so that I can test the waters and see what kind of a purchaser you are before I make that happen. And you know what? All subsequent deals are going to be based upon the first deal. And an immature salesperson is going to get all excited and be like, hey, boss, manager, coworker, I'm working on this huge deal, right? And all the salespeople look and they're like, it might happen, but the odds against you are huge. And so if you're in sales and you're brand new, first thing you got to realize is most buyers who are savvy they're gonna dangle the carrot, right? They're gonna dangle the carrot in front of you and say, hey, look, I'm gonna make a huge purchase, but you got to give me a huge discount to make that happen. And in the 17 years that I've been doing sales, very rarely do I ever see that take place, unless there's some sort of conditions and everything wrapped up in it. And a lot of times when I was in home sales, I would meet with people and they'd say, like, I have all these rental properties, right? And in the beginning, I would get all excited and say, this person's gonna buy from me and buy systems for me and heating and air systems and everything's gonna work out perfect. And then, nope, it always fell apart. And all they were doing, right? Just like you have people buy with emotions and justify with logic, your buyers doing the same thing to you. They're looking at you as a salesperson and like, how can I get the best deal? What do I got to do to get the best deal from this salesperson, and what do I need to tell him to make this purchase? And if you've been in sales any amount of time, if you're new to sales, what you need to know is there's only so many moves that a buyer can use against you. There's only so many objections. There's like 6 objections. I want to think about it. I'm getting other bids. I've got to talk to somebody to get them involved. Your price is too high. There's 4 of them right there. And then there's probably 2 more in your industry. And just like that, there's probably like 7 or 10 moves that buyers consistently do with you. And like for me, one of them, when I'd walk into a sales call, was buyers would put all the proposals on the table. They'd talk to 14 or 15 people, and they would say, what are you going to do about this? And I had an answer for it. I knew what I was going to do, right? So the same thing happens with you. So you sit down with a buyer, you're new to the world of sales, you're struggling, something's going on, and somebody comes to you with a deal that sounds too good to be true. It might be true, it might be real, but then again, that person is using their emotions and logic against you to get a better deal for the purchase, right? So what do you think? Leave a comment in the box below. You ever had a buyer do this to you where they say, hey, I want to get this fantastic deal, and they dangle the carrot in front of you, and they say, hey, I'm going to make this huge purchase from you, and then it never materialized, and all they did was they were after the best price that they could get so that they could use it against another salesperson in your profession, right? It's like, after a while, you just get used to the game. You figure out what's going to happen. You figure out like, I already know where this one's going to go, and it's not going to be good, okay? So there you go. The dangling of the carrot does happen. If you fall for it, it could be a sign that 1, you're an immature salesperson, 2, you're struggling, or 3, all 3 of the above. That's what you need to know. You got one thing to do from here, just one thing. Find the subscribe button and click on it every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. This is Scott Bell Consultant. Send out another fantastic video. You should check it out, which you should. We'll see you soon. Thanks for dropping by. Aloha.